Hey guys, Bob from Gil Skillz. Great to see you. Today I've got something special for you. This here is a fingernail, toenail finish accelerator? I don't know. Males, females, use fingernail polish, fingernail, paint their fingernails and whatnot. They put this protectant sealant on at the very end, to protect the paint so it'll last a good long while. Anyway, long story short, in order to hasten the process of making it dry quicker so they don't have to sit there and not be able to touch anything for hours on end, they would use an ultraviolet catalyst. And that's what this machine does. Essentially, you could just simply put your hands in, you could put the tips in, you could put your toes in if you want to, and the ultraviolet light would hasten the process of drying that finish. And there you go. You can get on with your normal daily life in, maybe a fourth of the time? But anywho, that's not what I use this for. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I use this. I use this for the local glue compound that I use to replace the glass outer shell of most cell phones back in the day. Like the Galaxy S3, S4, S5, S6, Apple iPhones, things of that nature. When you take the glass off of them, you have to replace the glass, obviously, but you need some sort of local glue catalyst to be able to make it look brand new, essentially. So this would hasten the process, kind of like the fingernail polish finish, if you will. So you'd put the phone in there and it would dry in about probably 20 minutes to 30 minutes. And there the phone would look brand spanking new. Without it, there'd be a little gap in there and dust could get in there and you just, trust me. So that's what I used it for. That's why it looks all gunked up. Well, I don't use it anymore and I really don't repair cell phones that much anymore. And I doubt that I could sell this on eBay or a local barter swap site because it's kind of ghastly. So I'm going to scrap it. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? As my good buddy Outdoors with Eric says, the angle of the dangle. You got to make sure the angle of the dangle is just right. Because if the angle of the dangle is not just right, there could be issues. Looks like we can see this okay. Let me go ahead and put that down just a little bit more. There we go. That should work just fine. Yep, we'll centerize it. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. There's really not going to be much to this disassembly because there's really not much to this device. Let me go ahead and start by taking off the plug. That's what I'm talking about. That sexy plug right there. Check out the copper in that plug, along with the brass. I know, I promise not to quit my day job. So I cut the plug, and we've got the cord. Let's go ahead and continue. So it looks like there is a few screws on the bottom here. It looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. So we're going to go ahead and go into a little bit of a fast forward mode here, and I'm going to take those screws out. Let's see if we can get that out of there. Oh yeah, easy peasy. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so she breaks right out. Like so. Geez, there really isn't much to this, huh? Let me go ahead and snip some of these wires here. So we got our wires. And these here, these ultraviolet lights, I mean, you could probably try to sell those if they work. You're not really going to find that you're going to be able to sell them because they're fairly inexpensive to begin with. It looks like the only real prize here is we got basically a low-grade board. I'm going to say it's a low-grade board on here and a little bit of wire. And of course, we've got some of these buttons here too, which may or may not have silver contacts in them. I'll have to double check on that. Not really sure. Let's go ahead and take those out. Oh, those plastic washers. Who uses plastic washers? Somebody who makes cheap devices. That's who. Wow. All right, well, there's a little bit more metal anyway. I guess I'll put that in the plastic pile. Let's see if I can get those switches out. Get those switches out. Oh, there you go. Well, this is a fuse switch, so you unscrew it, and the fuse is on the inside there. So go ahead and set that aside. There's a little bit of metal in there, but not a lot. I'm probably going to end up just putting that with the, I don't know, there might be a little bit of brass in there too. I'll hold on to it. Ah, wow, that is definitely sticky. But this here might be aluminum. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's just a reflective cloth. I'll put that with plastic in the junk. Resort to Ian Matthews here. Ian Matthews, this is for you, buddy. Haha! It works! Oh crap, where did it go? But I'll put this with the plastic and junk. Let's go ahead and take that board off. There we go. Yeah, it looks like a bored octopus. Okay, moving on now. I'll go ahead and separate the wire from the board. So all those are off. There are some copper windings. As you can see here, there's 4 copper bearing motors here, or transformers, I guess you would call them. And I'm going to go ahead and take those off because that copper is easily accessible. I can get that right out of there, put that in my copper bin. So definitely going to do that. There's an IC chip here and a few small goodies here and there, but otherwise this is a low grade board. So all that's really left, I mean, there's no metal left. This is all plastic. And then of course you got these fluorescent bulbs. I don't want to throw these away or break them or anything because there's stuff inside that you do not want to breathe in. I think I'm going to wrap them up and I'm going to give them, I'm going to bring them to the recycle center. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll take them off. You know, it looks like there's a bit of brass on the end of these. I might be able to get away with getting that off. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I can get away with. Other than that, I think we've got some brass bits here. I think that these are little brass bits. Not really worth my time because, I mean, it's got flux on it. It's got solder on it. And I'm not going to get straight up brass price for it anyway. So I'm just going to leave it on there. So this is plastic. I'm going to throw that in there. Throw plastic. Plastic. There we go. Holy guacamole. But this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is everything that we have here with our little, I don't know what you would technically call this thing, but we've got all the plastic here, as you can plainly see. We've got the wire, we've got a couple of switches and a housing for the fuse. We've got a low-grade board here with some transformers on it that's going to be easily pullable, and I'll be able to get the copper off of there. Those windings are pretty sweet, so I'm going to want to hold on to them. We've got the plug, which has the brass on it, and as you can see right there, that's all there was with screws and metal. So there wasn't really a whole lot there. And then lastly, we've got these fluorescent bulbs. Now, I don't want to mess with these bulbs. I'm going to turn them into the recycling center. I'm not going to break them or throw them away. I am going to turn them into the recycling center, but I am going to try to get those little bits of brass off of them before I do. Can't win, right? Why not? So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you've seen here today, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, have a scrap happy day. Oh, and by the way, please check out my other channel, Gil Skillz Live. Usually I go daily, Monday through Friday from 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12:30.